The United Nations estimates close to one-third of women around the world have experienced some form of gender-based violence. In Kenya's informal settlement, officials say the problem is common and persistent. But in the slum of Kibera, the grassroots movement is emerging to combat the violence. More than 100 victims of rape and domestic abuse are speaking out and have opened a center and safe house to help victims of gender-based violence. Rael Ombour reports from Nairobi.
Alice Achieng says she was raped at 13. Then she married as a teenager and was beaten by her husband almost daily. She says no one would help and he wouldn't change, so she left. The mother of 3 says she understands why so many suffer in silence.
I was also where these many women are. I had that fear. I also felt like if I came out and admitted that I was raped, people would laugh at me, or they would say I'm lying. So most people are afraid of that.
UN figures show about 39% of women in Kenya report experiencing some form of violence at the hands of sexual intimate partners. Now, Alice and other survivors in the slums of Kibera are taking action against gender-based violence. After working for 2 years to highlight the problem, the group launched the first center in Kibera for victims of abuse with the help of donations. The site includes a safe house and resource facility for women and girls. Editor Adhiambo, a rape survivor from Kibera, is the director.
Apart from a safe house, our office will act as a safe center where women can come and share their stories, where women can come and get our service. Our main service today that we are having is education, empowerment. We want to empower women on their rights. If you understand your right today and you practice tomorrow your rights, then you are liberated.
Wangeshi Washira is the director of the Center for Rights Education and Awareness. She says gender-based violence is prevalent in Kenya's informal settlements.
As an organization, we have our Kibera office here in Nairobi. This year alone, 2018, we have 651 reported cases of gender-based violence, and this is only for one organization. The last just concluded national exams. We've seen a very big numbers of girls who are violated. With one county where we're working, for example, in Kilifi, we had 13,000 girls who have been violated in teenage pregnancy, and that is only one county.
She says intimate partner violence makes victims more vulnerable to HIV infection and other serious problems.
We have seen the magnitude of violence happening to women being more, and we can describe it in terms of sexual violence. We can also be able to define it in terms of emotional violence. There is also a component of economic violence.
Survivors say they hope the center sends a clear message about the true cost of gender-based violence to victims and society. Rael Ombour for VOA News, Nairobi.